guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be diving into the Netflix movie, The Platform. It was like really weird, so I decided to do a little video on it and then read some theories about it, because it was kind of, the ending especially was just like weird, and like it's like little things in it that's like weird. Okay, so just to start, it's like a Spanish sci-fi thriller horror movie. It's like all those. And it starts off with this quote that says, there are three kinds of people: the ones below, the ones above, and the ones who fall. So off the bat, I'm like, what? What do you mean? It starts with a man named Goring. Now Goring, he's like your average dude. He's not a criminal. So he went into the platform initially to earn a accredited degree. That was it, 6 months for an accredited degree. And he didn't think it would be, his experience would be like it was, basically. So, it starts off with Goring, and he wakes up in a cell with his cellmate named Trimagasi. His cellmate is very off-putting. He seems very antisocial in a way. Like, he just keeps to himself. Goring immediately starts questioning Trimagasi about everything. Like, why is it a vertical prison? Why is there this rectangular hole in the middle? Like, what is going on? Why are we on like this level? Why is this level numbered? It's very confusing to him. Trimagasi explains that they're in a vertical prison with levels, and each level is like kind of like your survival. Like, the higher you up, the more likely you're to survive that month, right? So he explains that the rectangular hole in the ground is for a platform of food that goes from the top, from level 0, down to the very bottom, and then shoots back up. The platform stops on each level for a brief moment so everyone can eat, so the cellmates can eat, and then like it just continues. When we see that the platform gets to level 48, where Trimagasi and Goring are, it stops, and Goring decides he's not going to eat that because it's leftovers from everyone who's up, like 1 through 48. No, 1 through 47, because they're on 48. And it's basically no food left. So just imagine how much food is gonna get to everyone at the bottom level. Goring's like, I'm not eating that. And Trimagasi's like, suit yourself. I'm just gonna sit here and drink my wine. Because Goring's acting like, this is gross, Trimagasi decides to explain to him, like, we're on a good level. Like, you better be happy, because it's worse levels than this. Sometimes food doesn't even get past level 50. So, like, be happy. Eventually, Goring decides he's going to eat, and he just takes one apple that was untouched, and as the platform is starting to descend, the room grows super hot. And he's like, what is going on? And Trimagasi's like, throw the apple down, you idiot. You can't keep the apple. You can't keep any food that comes on the platform. You got to eat it right then and there, and then toss everything down to the next one. So, unfortunately, Goring has to toss the apple, the only thing that he had to eat, that one thing that was going to hold him over. He had to toss that down. He went another day without eating. He's like, well, this is all that's left for level 48. Like, there has to be at least more than 50 levels here. How is everyone eating? Like, there's barely enough food for you and I to eat. So how is everyone eating? And he tries to convince the people below him in 49 to share or just take what they need, and people in 47 above them to take only what they need. But people who are above you, they don't care. Like, they're gonna be above you for as long as they can, and they're gonna take it as far as they can. Like, they don't care. If you're below them, you don't matter. People who are below him were like, we're as close to the top as we've gone, so we don't care. We're gonna eat what we want to eat, and whoever doesn't eat, that's on them. We don't care. So no one really cares. So then Goring and Trimagasi just begin to bond a lot. And then we learn to find out, we learn why Goring and Trimagasi both ended up in the vertical prison. Goring, like I said, decided to come there to get an accredited degree for 6 months. And Trimagasi went in because he accidentally killed someone. It was about like a knife that he had got from a commercial that was like the best sharpening knife, and there was another knife that came out, and it was like you never had to sharpen it again. It was like self-sharpening. He was angry. I think he threw like a TV or something out the window. I can't exactly remember, but he did something like that, and it killed someone. So that's why he's in there. And he chose the vertical prison over normal prison. So they go about their lives in the hole, and like I said, Trimagasi explains to Goring that you're on top right now. The people on bottom don't matter. You treat them like trash, basically. So Goring and Trimagasi eat the food, spit on the food, step on the food. Like, they just treat it like trash, and they let it go down to the bottom people so they can eat trash, basically. And that goes on for the rest of the month. And at the end of the month, they're gassed. Now, at the end of each month, everyone is gassed, and they switch levels. They don't know which level they're going to go to. They can start at the very bottom and go to the very top, the top to the bottom, stay in the middle. You don't know if your cellmate has died or has left and been released, you get a new cellmate. But if your cellmate is still alive with you, they go on with you. Goring wakes up on level 171, and he realizes that he's tied up. And who could have tied him up other than Trimagasi? And see, I was so confused because like they were getting along so well. Like, Trimagasi, he's like really off-putting, but he seems like he could be a good person if you really get to know him. But like I said, like, these people are about survival. Like, they don't care that you guys could be friends. It's survival. Every man for themselves. Trimagasi tied Goring up and explains to him, you're stronger than me. You're younger than me. I'm older. I'm gonna need to eat. And when the time comes, you will be my meal. He didn't say it creepy like that, but yeah, basically that's what he said. And he just told Goring that we're on level 171, so I know for a fact we probably aren't going to get any food. So when the time comes, I will slice a piece of you off to eat. Eventually, the platform descends each day, and there's nothing. There's literally nothing for either one of them to eat. So the day finally comes, and Trimagasi's like, Goring, it's the day. I will have to eat you now. Part of you. He's not going to kill him. That's what he tells him. He's not going to kill him, but there's no medical service down there. So it's likely that if he bleeds a lot, he will bleed out and die. Or if it gets infected. Anything could happen because there's no doctor down there on their level. Like, they're cellmates. Like, there's no doctor right now. Trimagasi he begins to slice Goring, a slice of Goring off to eat him. And as he's doing that, a woman who was introduced earlier in the story, but I'd rather just introduce her right now, named Miharu. She comes down and she basically saves Goring, and she basically hurts Trimagasi so he can't get up because he's old, like, so he can't get up, he ain't got no strength no more. And she unties Goring and lets Goring finish killing Trimagasi, and they both eat some of Trimagasi. And Goring starts to get like these little hallucinations, basically, like Trimagasi's there with him throughout the rest of the movie. And the reason she helped Goring is because when they were on level 48, she had come down on the platform, and we were told that she was looking for her son, her long lost son. But everyone was confused because they're like, no one under the age of 16 is allowed in the hole. Like, there's no way. And we don't know if it was true or if she just went crazy and thought she had a son. But basically, she just rides the platform all the way to the very bottom and kills anyone who tries to touch her. Goring tried to offer her food and tried to offer her help, and I guess that's why she has a little soft spot for him. Like I said, he has hallucinations about Trimagasi, and that's basically how the rest of the month goes. He just eats Trimagasi's body to survive and has hallucinations. Then he's gassed again. And the next month, he wakes up on level 33, his best level yet, with a woman who's his new cellmate named Imogiri. And Imogiri, we didn't know at first, but if you can recognize her, you'll realize that she's the one who put people in the hole. So she's part of the administration, and she decided to bring a dog as her one object. And about her, yes, she's an official, and she claimed she had no idea what the hole was really like, that people weren't eating. She claimed it was intended as an experiment in spontaneous solidarity. So she ended up going down to the hole, and she claims there are 200 levels, and food can be rationed if everyone helps. So she tries to convince the people under her. She really begs them. She puts rations on their plates and it's like, hey, just eat your ration, make a ration for the people next to you, and just spread the word. they're all like, no, F you. Like, we're up this high. We're going to treat them like trash. Like, they treated us like trash. Like, Goring just told her, like, being nice isn't going to work. You're going to have to be mean. Like, whether you want to or not. You're going to have to be mean if you want things to get done. So he tells the people under him in level 35 that if they do not ration their food, he will poop on the food, smeared all over the food, so that they cannot eat any of the food unless they want to be eating his feces. It was kind of funny. So they decided to do as Imogiri says, and they ration the food. They eat their ration. They try to spread the word. But obviously, not everyone's going to listen. Not everyone's going to have the same threat as Goring threatened. And she's like, this is a funny part. She says, now we just got to convince the people upward. And Goring's like, well, that's not going to work. She's like, why? Because I can't poop upwards. So the rest of the month continues like that. And there was this one point in time where the dog took a piece of meat, and the platform was going down. It was getting super cold, and he's like, oh, this stupid dog, and took the meat from the dog and had to throw it down. And he's like, we can't do that. And she's like, you get frozen to death if you have a piece of food on you. Like, she was kind of shocked. The next month, they wake up on level 202. And why was this pregnant? Well, because she assumed there was 200 levels. Imogiri decides to hang herself. She kills herself. And Goring knows he's not going to get any food. He didn't get any food on level 171. So what's he going to get on 202? So he decides he has to eat Imogiri's body. And like he did Trimagasi. And now he starts to get hallucinations with both of them, Trimagasi and Imogiri. They're kind of like just taunting him. So it's like a haze of him seeing Imogiri's body in Trimagasi in a hallucination. It's like a dream. It's like really fuzzy. It's like crazy. The next scene is the next month where he wakes up on the best level yet, level 6, with the new cellmate, Baharat. I think that's how you say it. This scene, so Baharat is like, he's really adamant on getting out. Like, he wants to climb all the levels to the very top, and his one item he brought was a rope. So he tries to use the rope to get to level 5, and he asks people to help him. They say, yeah, we'll help you. He starts climbing. As soon as he's near the top, the girl decides, I'm gonna pull down my pants, I'm gonna poop on your face, because why would I actually help you? And it's disgusting. And unfortunately, he lost his rope, so he could not climb to the top. And he gets really sad. Goring knows that he's super lucky to be on level 6. And Goring's like, I know I'm lucky, but I've been on level 202. And I've seen people under me. They did not get a drop of food. So, like, I have to help them, right? So him and Baharat make a plan to ride all the way down to the bottom and distribute food fairly. They decide not to give rations until they reach level 51, because they know for a fact people on level 50 and up can get food. Level 51 and below have trouble getting food. So they basically violently threaten people until they pass each level and hand out food. I'm going to stop right there. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know how much you can enjoy it, because a lot of people threatening to poop on your food. It's not enjoyable. But things took a turn from this point on. So, yeah. I'll be doing a part 2.